Hey Sarah, how's it
Hi
going?
everyone. Good, good. It's my first time using GatherTown, so I'm trying to, uh,
That's all right.
you
So
know,
I believe the right side of the camera symbol at the bottom of the screen, you can see like a monitor. Just click on that and you can share
yeah,
your screen.
yeah. Oh, open system preference. I might need to come back
Oh,
to
that's all right.
share my screen.
Awesome.
Yeah, I will come back. If there's another speaker, maybe it might be better. I can go after that person.
So, Kerb, I believe the stage is yours, and then we'll just replace your timing with them in 20 minutes from now. So, yeah,
Yeah,
go for it.
sorry about that.
No worries, Sarah. It
All right, I'll come back.
no
Thank
worries.
you. Just give me a second. Let me share my screen. Is my screen visible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I muted myself. Sorry. So we're Curb Finance, and let me just quickly take you guys through what we are doing and what we are planning. So we could have more time for questions, I suppose. So basically, Curb Finance is building a synthetic exchange platform on Cardano where people can trade synthetic assets. So it's primarily a synthetic exchange platform. There are two problems that we are focusing on. Number one is crypto retail investors, so people who traditionally trade crypto, they do not have real world investment opportunities. And the second is fiat retail investors. So fiat retail investors, they cannot permissionlessly invest right now. So suppose somebody is in Australia, or maybe somebody is in another country, so they cannot permissionlessly or they cannot instantly invest into companies or stocks from other countries. So that's a problem over here. So these are the two problems which we are focusing on, and we solve it by creating a synthetic exchange. So Curb Finance is an alternative to real world exchanges, an exchange for trading assets permissionlessly. And yeah, so we are pretty much creating a synthetic working clone of real world exchanges. Again, some more features. So there's one more very important point is it's a community governed DEX. So it's not a centralized DEX. It would be an order book DEX governed entirely by the DAO. So there are a few features over here. So number one is permissionless, obviously, and number two is you can launch any asset. So in the real world, different company stocks, different bonds are available on different exchanges. But on Curb Finance, you can actually trade all of these assets on one application 24/7 throughout the day. Again, completely DAO governed. So that's something which we'll focus on and leverage futures options, those trading options, and pretty much, yeah, these are the features. So wow, completely DAO governed. So how does that work? So basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a completely DAO governed synthetic exchange. So that means that all of the assets would be controlled by the DAO. If the DAO plans to launch new synthetic assets, there would be a vote, launch it. If the DAO plans to launch some new type of assets, suppose inverse assets, vote, launch it. If the DAO wants to do buybacks, you sure, why not? And the fourth one is which we are pretty much looking forward to is if the DAO want to introduce crypto IPO. So that is what we particularly want in the future of Curve Finance to launch, to do something called a crypto IPO. Maybe in the future, a couple of decades ahead, Curve Finance could be a platform where real world companies could do IPOs on us. So investing via crypto directly. But yeah, a couple of decades ahead. So right now it's only a synthetic asset trading platform. um, Again, there's also another feature of Curve Finance, so it provides dividends. So we get it from the transaction fees. So 30% of the transaction fees utilized to get dividends for asset holders, synthetic asset holders on Curve Finance. And we buy back Curve from the market, and then we distribute 80% of it to the stakers and 20% we burn. So we want to highlight one important point over here. Like other DeFi protocols, what they do is they give APRs by minting tokens. So they introduce new tokens to the supply, but that is not what we do. We recycle the supply. So we buy back from the market and give it back. So whatever APRs, whatever dividend yields we claim to provide are actually backed by US dollar stable coins, not being minted into the supply directly. Again, this is a dividend comparison chart. So again, we're a very cool application. And yeah, Oh, there's no. Okay, so these are the competitors, and this is the scope of synthetic assets. Actually, on other protocols, people have tried to done it, but we do it a little differently because the other protocols which have tried to attempt, they're trying to attempt to mimic assets, but Curve Finance does not mimic assets. We don't mimic pegs of assets. We mimic the stock exchange itself. So we are different in that sense. So we are not primarily a stable coin that launches stable coins pegged on real world assets. What we are doing is we are creating something like a stock exchange. So all for current synthetic exchanges or synthetic asset solutions like Mirror and Synthetics, they're trying to mimic Tesla, whereas Curb is trying to mimic something like Nasdaq. Synthetic, yeah. Again, few features over here. We have 100% fund exposure. We don't need over collateralization. We don't even need liquidity providers because it's a order book dex. Again, US dollar stablecoin backed, and you can launch any asset over here. So this is the team. I'm D Curb. So hello guys, Polar in the chat. We have K Curb also over here in the meeting. And right now we've not uploaded the three more members which have joined our team. So we are 8 members from different parts of the world working on this project and trying to make it. Yeah. So that's the team, and we have a particular announcement. So basically the first announcement is that we'll be working on a US synthetic dollar. So I've been looking through a lot of projects like Solar Ada and Blocktree and stuff like that. I believe that while you are doing real world integration, uh, a US synthetic dollar will actually really help a lot of projects. So first we were primarily building this for our trading platform, but once we had a talk of with many SPOs and many other protocols, we feel that a US stable called dollar, which is backed by stable coin, like backed by hard pegged US dollar reserves, would be very beneficial for a lot of protocols working over here on the Cardano ecosystem. And we're launching our ambassador program, and the third one is we're actually doing an ISPO. So these are all of the announcements, and this is our collaborator pools right now. So we've been collaborating with SPOs to do an ISPO, and pretty much right now we're doing an community ISPO. So we don't really so in the community ISPO we are not doing it for raising funds. We are just trying to create a decentralized holder, a decentralized supply for Curb tokens. And yeah, that's pretty much the Curb project. If there are any questions, please feel free to answer. Now's the time.
Thank you so much for that, Deepak. We will be opening up the room for all you fabulous people here. Any questions, any doubts, feel free to raise your hands. Harsha, I still see your hand, buddy. I'm so sorry if this is still from
No, no,
last.
no. I actually had a question.
Bad enough. Go for it.
Okay. By the way,
So,
just before that, sorry, Harsha, I've just shared our Telegram chat. So if anybody wants to contact with us, please feel free. And yeah, or I guess Kaker also shared it. So yeah, yes, please, Harsha. Sorry for. Please tell me.
no, no. I was just curious as to who the DAO members are and how do you onboard DAO members? As in, you said it's not liquidity providers since you're using the other method, right? So I was just curious who the members are.
So okay, so one second. Let me share my screen. So the DAO is powered by the Kerb token. So it depends upon how we release our Kerb token. So that's why we are doing an ISPO to get the Kerb token out in a decentralized way. But there is one more thing which we want to explain about our DAO and how what we are doing. And I'm sure Snap projects like Snapdralia can when comment and just give us some more wisdom. But what we have done is we have actually given 20% of the token supply, so we have reserved it for only a category called smarty pant contributors. So what it means is we want to incentivize real world stock experts, legal experts, somebody experting in licenses for digital transmitter licenses and stuff like that, experts to come into the DAO so that we can create a very big Curve finance ecosystem. So 20% of the token supply goes towards incentivizing participants like that. So initially, we, the Curve creators, so the beer builders, would be closing deals one-on-one with these smarty pants. But in the future, when the DAO is established, we'll be shifting this responsibility of hiring to the DAO. Now, just to give a glimpse of what our vision is, you can see that we have reserved 10% of the tokenomics for just the DAO. but that doesn't open till the next 5 years. So it has a state lockup period for 5 years, which basically means that we want to actually build a very very stable DAO before giving them real power, so that Curve doesn't go down the line. It doesn't go out of way or doesn't become centralized or something like that. And yeah, so it's going to be happening in transitions, but a major part of it will be smart people, which we incentivize through our tokenomics. The rest of it comes from the ISPO and community distribution. So it's actually very odd, but we have a vesting schedule till 40 years, so 5 plus 10 plus 15 plus 20. So we are slowly and steadily will be releasing tokens and stuff like that. So it's pretty much for the long. There's one more
Got
very
it.
interesting thing. There is nothing for the team registered over here, so it's only for the DAO. So we've tried to keep it where there's no centralizing factor from the start.
Got it. Got it. So anyone that owns the Kerb token is a part of the DAO, right?
Yeah, we'll be launching a detailed technical document, but there will be two more things. There will be an equity holder, so we'll be doing that. Holder and a person who's holding an NFT. So we'll be launching 26 NFTs, and they will be also having a separate vote base. So we'll be launching a detailed document on that. I'd request you can follow our Twitter, because that's where we do our public things. But I mean, I think it's out of the scope of time right now to explain in detail what we are thinking. But you can also get in touch with us, and we can have a meeting, and we can tell you one on one.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Harsha and Decob. Any other questions? Anyone want to take a pick at this? Feel free. Awesome then. Thank you so much, Decob. It was
Thanks. And just
absolutely a
want to
pleasure
mention one
for
more
you
thing
here.
to Newman, actually. So we have an SPO collaborator from Stoic. So I think Stoic is also
Uh-huh.
a participant of the Cardano for Climate group. So that's something which we have in common.
Awesome.
So,
For sure. I mean, I see a lot of avenues and a lot of places where inevitably all of us would come together. So I'm really excited and I really can't wait for that. So yes, Ese Rayon, I hope you were able to fix your issue.
Yes.
Awesome.